Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Klopman, Dr. Calavar, Dr. Monroe, family and friends of our Army graduate, and most importantly, the man of the hour, Jordan Gisseman. My name is Tim Perea. I'm the clinical director of the Texas Children's Cancer and Hematology Centers and the faculty advisor for Baylor's Military Medical Student Association, and I'm also a retired Navy physician. We're here today to recognize a very important milestone in Jordan's professional career, promotion to the rank of captain in the United States Army. In fact, he's the first Army student that we've graduated since setting up these commissioning ceremonies in 2015. There's, of course, another really significant milestone this evening, but we'll leave that for later on. Following graduation, Jordan will be reporting to the San Antonio Uniformed Services Health Education Consortium to complete a residency in obstetrics and gynecology. There, he'll be joining last year's Air Force graduate Amanda Delgado in that same program. I don't know how many of you in the audience today have any types of link to the military other than knowing Jordan. Most Americans don't have a personal military connection these days. By virtue of holding this ceremony, though, we're recognizing the service that Jordan is about to undertake on our behalf, as well as the service of the many people in this city who have come before him in wearing the cloth of our nation. Jordan, the next 4 years of your life will be very similar to what the rest of your Baylor classmates will experience. You'll spend up to, but not over, 80 hours a week learning the medical details of your chosen profession. You'll learn skills that will serve you well in the clinic in addition to the operating or the delivery room. You'll solidify your ability to work as part of a team and to eventually lead that team. You'll even become versed in the various regulations of the Accreditation Council for Graduate Medical Education. The difference is that you'll be wearing a uniform while doing this, or scrubs a lot of times as an OBGYN. So in addition to everything else that your peers from Baylor are learning, you'll need to learn about the culture that you're joining today. You'll need to learn about Abrams tanks and howitzers, privates and majors, and an untold number of military acronyms. After today, you'll immediately outrank hundreds of thousands of servicemen and women, many of whom have worn the uniform perhaps decades longer than you have. They'll look up to you because of the education you've completed and the rank you wear, but you will need to earn their trust and their respect. Be sure to learn about the Army and military traditions from these people while caring for their medical needs. Being both an officer and a physician brings with it some challenges that I know you'll be ready to tackle. After you finish residency, your professional experiences will diverge further from those of your civilian peers. At this point, you'll be fair game for the Army for all sorts of new opportunities. These could include duty as an OBGYN in Korea or Germany, or as a battalion surgeon in times of conflict. You'll have more significant leadership opportunities than civilian physicians at a much younger age. And you'll have to be ready to go somewhere on potentially very short notice. After the earthquake in Haiti several years ago, one of the graduates of the Navy residency I ran was a pediatrician in Pensacola in his first year out of training. As soon as the earthquake happened, the military activated the Navy hospital ship Comfort and prepared to send it to the Caribbean. Hundreds of medical staff had to be called from military hospitals up and down the East Coast and brought together to function as a team in a matter of days to staff this ship. My friend Nick was called into his department head's office and told that he'd be leaving in 48 hours to meet this ship. He'd never been stationed on a ship before. He didn't know what he'd find when they arrived in Haiti, what type of medicine he'd be called upon to practice, or how long he'd be there. This is what sets military medicine apart. Hopefully this type of adventure is interesting to you. It's part of the bargain you agreed to when you signed up for. While it's not always easy, it is definitely worthwhile. And one day you'll likely have your own set of interesting stories to tell at events like this. To Jordan's family gathered here on this exciting day, thank you for sharing him with our country. I know you're incredibly proud of him today for both of these accomplishments we're celebrating both this afternoon and this evening. Your support in the years to come will be crucial to him during the long hours of residency and whatever will follow in his Army career. Jordan, I want to thank you most of all. Like every other member of the military, you're embarking on this adventure voluntarily. You know you're at risk to be in harm's way, and even if not in a dangerous situation, you may well spend time away from your family at some point. You truly are one of a kind in your graduating class today. On this day after our national holiday, I can't think of anything better to do than to recognize your dedication and commitment. Congratulations and best wishes for your coming career. At this point, I'd like to introduce the President, CEO, and Executive Dean of Baylor College of Medicine, Dr. Paul Klopman, for a few comments.
Thank you, Dr. So I'm looking at Jordan. He's wide-eyed. First of all, this is a great day for Baylor College of Medicine. We have such fun today because we've lived with all of our learners. We're going to be graduating our medical students and our PhD graduate students, and it's a wonderful ceremony. And we're one of the few schools that we don't limit the number of tickets you get, and so it's usually 500 to 600 people screaming and having a good time. You'll enjoy that tonight. But one thing that I decided to do in 2015 was the military, the folks that enter the military to provide service to their country just deserve a special ceremony. In part because of what you're doing in serving your country and entering the field of medicine, the profession of medicine, but also because of the tremendous long-standing relationship that Baylor has had with the military. So, it's appropriate that we're here in the DeBakey Library because Dr. DeBakey was the representative of the Baylor College of Medicine's service in World War II. He invented the MASH units. The entire MASH concept was developed by, God bless you, was developed by Dr. DeBakey. And so we were the first and longest sort of organized school that got involved with the military. After the war, the VAs had a lot of trouble staffing up with physicians and competent physicians. And so the first VA to actually affiliate with a medical school to provide outstanding care was the DeBakey VA. And so Baylor and the military have been locked together for really over 50 years and have had leadership roles in how the military provides medicine. And even today, with what Sharmal is doing with our pods, our advanced pods, they may eventually replace the MASH units. So we're very much engaged in military medicine and global medicine. And so we can't be prouder of someone like yourself who's actually taken on both mantles of being a Baylor physician and going into the military. Now with that, of course, we have huge expectations that you'll be fantastically successful. And if you're not, we'll find you and you'll rip the stripes off. The idea is to get more, not fewer. But in all honesty, we're very proud of you as one of our military graduates. We want you to represent our school when you're in the military. I want you to talk all about how your great time at Baylor, and we want you to come back to your reunions and talk about all the experiences you've had. So my congratulations from the entire institution to you. It takes a lot of guts to get through medical school, but it takes a lot more guts to then do that and join the military. So I really, really respect you and what you're doing, and your family for supporting you and helping you get through it. And now I'd like to ask my best buddy from the VA, Jay Calabar, the Chief of Staff, to come up and make a few.
Congratulations to you, Jordan. It's a great pleasure for me to be here on behalf of the Michael E. DeBakey VA Medical Center. And as Dr. Klopman mentioned about Dr. DeBakey, the VA is here because of Dr. DeBakey. And as you can imagine, I mean, those of us who work in Department of Veterans Affairs, we have a special connection towards the military. We consider it a true honor and a privilege to serve the men and women who have signed up to put up their lives in the line for our country. Having one of our Baylor graduates commissioned as a military officer is special for all of us. I think it was in 1946 that Dr. DeBakey convinced the Congress to hand over the old Naval Hospital to the Veterans Affairs, and then of course he staffed the VA, and then VA became actually the first teaching hospital for Baylor, thanks to Dr. DeBakey. As a result of that, I mean, our students and trainees have now a great learning environment, and more importantly, have a unique opportunity to interact with veterans, to hear, listen to them, to appreciate the extraordinary sacrifices our veterans have made. They also witness the determination and incredible spirit that our military veterans demonstrate on a daily basis. Yes, as you go through the VA and you interact with the veterans, you learn how to treat the diseases. But I think most importantly, you learn the price of freedom, really. And we see that every day. As I'm sure all of you know, about 70% of the physicians receive training at the VA hospitals. Every year, VA trains about 62,000 VA physicians. They train about 2,300 nurses and many other clinicians. Veterans continue to sacrifice by helping to support the mission of the VA, that is healthcare, training, and research. Here at the Michael E. DeBakey VA Medical Center, we pride ourselves on our close collaborative affiliation with Baylor College of Medicine. Our relationship is a source of strength for the VA and for Baylor. And thanks to Dr. Clarkman for his continued unconditional support of the VA. I want to congratulate Jordan Gisseman today on your admirable and honorable choice you made to pursue military service. I still remember the day when my mother called me when I was in training in Chicago. She said, "Do you believe what happened?" I said, "What?" Did he talk to your younger brother?" I said, "No." I said, "You need to talk to him." I said, "Why?" "He just called me to say that he signed up with the Navy." I said, what do you want me to talk about?" He said, "Can you ask him if he made the right decision?" I said, "Mom, that's his decision." Okay, if he has done it, that's good. He did well. He served 6 years in the Navy and now he works with FDA. So I know the feeling, I mean, how it feels. Okay, I'm sure that's not the way you did. Hopefully not. There's something that's special that I want to share with you all. I truly commend your decision to join the best of the men and women of this country has produced. These brave men and women toil every day with utmost devotion and bravery to uphold the eternal values of freedom and democracy. As a member of the military, it will be your turn to honor the service and sacrifice of those who came before you and train the future generation through your commitment to service. You can be proud and confident of the excellent education and the practical experience you have gained here. I hope you'll take full advantage of the insight and knowledge you have gained at our medical center as you embark on your military service. All of us here today pride in your dedication and your leadership. I wish you best of the luck, and as you embark on an exciting new chapter in your life. Thank you.
All right. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jordan Gisseman,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
That I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion,
And that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
of the office upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So Jordan's family will be changing his collar rank devices, shoulder devices from those of a second lieutenant to a captain in the Army. I always have to learn how the different services are. There you go.
Jordan, we have great hopes and expectations. Every day, physicians come to serve in our affiliate hospitals. They come to teach in our classrooms. Our scientists come to their benches, and it is embodied in the spirit of excellence and honor and dedication and service. And we are just so proud of you and your accomplishments, not only as a medical student, but importantly as an officer in the U.S. Army. We're so appreciative for your dedication to service, and we truly appreciate the dedication of your wife and your children, because you serve, they serve. And so we appreciate you, and we want to express our appreciation to all of your family members and to your friends, because we know that it's with their support and love that has really helped to fuel you through this particular phase of your journey. So we look forward to graduation and commencement tomorrow. This evening. It feels like tomorrow. But we also want to savor this opportunity because I'm certain that you didn't treat your commitment lightly to the military or your commitment to go into medicine. So we want to honor you and recognize and congratulate you, not only for your accomplishments, but to express our appreciation for you.
So one last brief item before we adjourn, and for this I'd like to ask Dr. Klotman to return up to the podium. In the military, there are many traditions. In one of these, a commanding or a senior officer presents junior personnel with a ceremonial coin in appreciation for a job well done. These coins are embossed. Usually they're embossed with the crest of the unit to which the service member was assigned at the time of this accomplishment. I think everybody here would agree that graduation from medical school is pretty much, job well done. In recognition of this, Jordan, I'd like to present you with your first command coin. Come on up here. As you enter into your military service, I can think of no better coin to give you than that, representing the Army Medical Corps, which I know will be the first of many in the future. And Dr. Klotman also.
Yeah, not to be outdone. I mean, I like this military thing, so we decided we were going to create our own command coins, and this is our first edition. I think I've received one, and Dr. Butler, the former chancellor, has received the second one, and you are about to receive the third one. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Here you go.
Thanks to the Office of Student Affairs that helped with setting up everything for the refreshments outside, and thank all of you again for coming this afternoon.